Oh no, it's another Duhaj, Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth, Fiat, Mercedes product. This is a ProMaster cargo delivery van thing, and it was just repaired for a coolant leak, and now it has a very large coolant leak. And now it's my turn, I guess, to see what's going on with this thing. I'm not familiar with the repairs that were done, and I kind of don't want to know. I'm just going to maintain a level of objectivity here and just pretend I didn't hear the story that this was just worked on, and I'm just going to objectively attempt to diagnose whatever the deal is with this this ProMaster cargo van device. So let's go through this together and see what's going on here, if it fits into the building, which I think it does. But I'm gonna hop out and check. Oh, Peter is gonna guide me in. Thank you, Peter. Is it gonna fit? I hope so. Oh, by the way, this Ram Blowmaster appears to have a 3.6 liter V6 engine in it. The same engine that goes in some Jeep Wranglers, and the one that also goes in the minivans. I don't see any evidence of leaking up top, particularly around the thermostat housing, the hoses, or the radiator. So let's go down below and see if we can find any coolant down there. Okay, here's some coolant. That obviously came from up somewhere. And look, there's some more coolant. So I know something's leaking coolant. Yeah, look right up in there. See that right there? There it is. Right on my magnet thing. There's some. Okay, so I'm starting to clue this together. Somebody else was already trying to check this out, and now they're not, and now I am, which is where this intake tube went. So since this was already beginning to be removed, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and continue what the other guy was up to when he was trying to find this, and I'll pull the rest of this intake tubing out and get this air box out. Then I can maybe try to get a better view of what's going on regarding the coolant stuff in the front of the engine here. Kind of walking into this one blind. I don't like that. But whatever. I do what I'm told. Okay, airbox, come out please. It's probably bolted in from the inside of the fender well because Dodge. Well, I mean, it's loose, but it doesn't come out. Come on. Okay, figure something else out. Maybe if I take the lid off and bring it out in pieces. It still doesn't come out, but I can bend it. Oh, oil cap, gotta take that off, that's in the way. And filler neck, that's not gonna come off. Come on. We're getting closer. The more I peel the onion away, the closer this is to coming out of its home. Getting it back in might be a challenge, but I'm gonna get it out. Ooh, I know. I'll take the core support out. That'll do it. Okay. Let's super fast forward through the other 12 bolts that are on this plastic cover for the core support. All right, we're back in real time. Let's get these core support bolts out. Oh, come on. Why? Maybe this is why we had a poor job the first time. People trying to reach all into places where they couldn't reach. Making mistakes. It hit the ground, I heard it. This is the hood latch mechanism. Let's get this guy out of the way. I'm gonna get the radiator mounts off. And radiator mount number 2. Now that I'm starting to peel back the onion, so to speak, and some of the stuff is coming out of the way, I'm going to use this thing as an example of smarter, not harder. See, for the 15 minutes that I've got into this, just to remove this core support and get all of this other stuff out of the way here, I have generated loads of more space to work with. So now I can actually properly try to diagnose this leak and make the repair without cutting this myself and jamming my hands into stuff and getting frustrated and angry and upset and cussing and throwing wrenches. So this is how I like to do things. I've just disconnected this bracket device thing from the core support. Bolts on from the inside, and now this support is free. And voila, space for days. Come here, plastic intake tube. Okay, moving in some. There appears to be some coolant devices underneath and behind this motor mount, so I'm going to remove this mount next, and again keep peeling back the onion until I get a better picture of what's happening. This is one of the rare occasions when I need an eTorx socket. I believe it's a 6-point, inverted 6-point. Yep, there too. This particular size is an E18, which comes in 1/2-inch drive, but I'm going to put an adapter on it and just get it with my 3/8 because that's my favorite. I'll break them loose manually and then buzz them off with the electric because that's how I like to roll. And for this application I'll use my short shanked one, not the long one. Engine's dropping. I need to get a floor jack under it to hold it up. I was hoping the other mounts would take up the slack here, but that's not going to happen. There, more easier. Yay. And a little bit of lubricant to the rescue. I can get those other 4 bolts off and pull this whole mount out of here. Okay, same procedure. I'll break it loose with the big ratchet and then buzz them out with the electric one. Oh wow, that's tight. I wonder if I should move this stupid steering bracket thing here. I will if it gets in the way. I'll let it live for now. I needed a little extension to clear the top of the mount. Thing's got some torque. I like it. Okay, fasteners, come here. Ew, they're all lubricated. Okay, next on my list is going to be this section of this engine mount, which bolts to the lock. Again, I'll break it loose and then buzz it off with the electric. Of course the bolts don't come out all the way because Dodge. I think there's one more. Still feels pretty tight and secure. Yeah, there is one more. It's like a 13 or something. There it is. Wee little guy down there. Come on out, bracket. All right, visual access to some kind of crossover device has been achieved. And they tell me this is what's leaking. I don't think so. Let's look under the bottom of it. I think the plastic piece is what was ordered. And I don't know if it's leaking or not. I'm gonna go back and look at the photographs. I do see some coolant around here, but it's fairly dry. There's gotta be something else going on because there's a whole bunch of coolant down there, and I don't think that this device here, or this component right here, is the culprit. It could be, but I bet money it's got a leaking water pump instead. All right, let's come on out of there. Okay, I'm gonna pull the belt off of this so I can get it out of the way, so I can get a mirror behind the water pump and see if the water pump gasket or shaft seal is leaking, because I think that might be the problem here. Let's find out. Oh, come on, belt. Let's go. I got it off of one pulley, but that's not going to be enough. Let's reposition, try a different arm. Wow. Brutal. Okay, I'm back in with the mirror, and I hope you guys can see this. I'm looking at the top of the water pump. Actually, I'm sorry, it's the bottom of the water pump. This water pump's kind of L-shaped or curved shape. Anyway, I'm looking down here with the mirror, and I see a lot of saturation around the pump, and I see a lot of coolant residue where the gasket, or I'm sorry, where the bolts go through the pump, and I'm also seeing some behind the pulley. So that confirms that the pump is leaking. Now, seeing as how we're going in this far, I want to go ahead and replace this lower radiator hose housing where it bolts to the I think there's a housing there. It looks like it. That actually may be part of the pump. Could be wrong. Yeah, it's very tough to see it. I'm not very intimate with these engines. Okay. And I'm gonna want to do some hoses too, because I think this lower hose is leaking near the radiator. All right, time to order some more parts. I'm gonna go ahead and pull off all these hoses because I'm gonna change them, and we're gonna dig out the thermostat and the coolant crossover, And after that's gone and I got some more space to work with, we're going down to pull the water pump out. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't have a valve on the radiator to drain out all the coolant, so I'm just gonna have to start spilling as I go along. I hate to do it that way because it makes a huge mess out of everything, just like that, but that's the way it's gonna be. I actually have a drain pan down underneath of this, so perhaps instead of busting this open right here where it can leak on everything, maybe I'll try to get this lower hose off the radiator and spill it from that section. That way I can get the majority of all the coolant out to reduce the hugeness of the mess. And I know there's coolant machines that can evacuate all the coolant, but we don't have one of those here, so I just gotta do it the hard, messy, spilly way. Pry bar time. Let's persuade this hose fitting connector to come off here. Please release. I release you. It's unconnected. There's a clip that holds it on, and I got the clip off. I'll lubricate it. Everything slides better with lube. Except for my hose down here. It's not working. More pry bar. You fucker. Come on now. It's making a fool out of me, guys. It's making a fool out of me. Why? I think it moved some. Maybe if I wiggle it around. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this off a little bit. That view was terrible. I'll pull this off a little bit so it can kind of drain slowish. Okay, back to this little bypass hose now that some of that coolant is drained out. Alright, let's get the upper hose gone. Come here. Man, ain't none of this easy today. Okay. It's an impact kit. Bert. Come out. Okay, let's get the thermostat and the housing. I believe that's just 2 bolts. And it's one component. Yep, there she is. Next, I'm gonna pull out this crossover plastic thing. So I got one more hose to lose. Okay, I believe there's 8 to 10 more bolts that hold this crossover plastic thing on. So I'm gonna pull those one by one. Now with the proper application of leverage, looks okay. I'm still going to replace it with a new one, warranty job. And you can see here we're starting to get some access to the water pump. There's the pump pulley.
and its housing, and it looks like there's a idler pulley attached to it. So I'll pull this thing off next, then we can buzz the perimeter bolts out for this pump and remove said pump. Okay, idler pulley bolt, you're coming with me. Again, there's a series of 10mm bolts holding this on. Pull those out. There's another sneaky guy way down there between the pump pulley and the crank pulley. And I got it. But now I gotta get my stuff back without dropping it. Give me back my tools. This is gonna be fun to put this bolt back in. That's for sure. I need a magnet. I can't reach the actual fastener. Okay. There it is. Okay, I think I got just one more up high right here. Alright, let's see if I got them all. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Need some kind of leverage here to apply some force away from the engine block. I found this spot. There's a little tab right there. I can get it off here, off that little tab. Here it comes. Boom. Uh-oh, there's hoses still attached. I need to get those off too. So the trouble is some of these hoses have one-time use clamps. They have to be forcibly removed. Yeah, that's the one I need to get removed. Let's just pull it way up here and cut it off. Alright, still see it? Yeah, right there. There. Now you can see, I think. Come on, clamp. Fall into my grip. Frustration is mounting. Got it. Mostly. I'll get it. Brute force, twisting. Okay. Come on out, pump. Done with you. This is why this was such a bear. Bolts that I can't reach. Hoses you can't disconnect because they're crimp type clamps. Yeah, that gasket looks terrible. Yep, right here. That's our leak spot. Let's see what the other side looks like if I can get it to come off. Yeah, it definitely leaks now. I don't think I'm gonna get a parts delivery that's available for that. So I'm gonna have to make this one a two-part video.
seems to be the trend of the channel lately. So all that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching this diag procedure this far. I will definitely see you guys on the next one. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know about it by tapping that thumbs up button. If you didn't enjoy this video, let me know about that in the comment section down below. So all that being said, again, thank you guys for watching. And the most important part here is to not forget to have a great day. See you guys.